I personally love this design, but is this the ultimate go anywhere, do anything watch? Or this is like the only watch you need and you'll be set for all occasions? And the answer is I think so. Let's take a closer look and see if that is actually true. You see, this watch design, Omega Aqua Terra, was introduced in 2002, arguably one of the best contemporary sporty watch designs out there. The watch design is a total class with its shiny, smooth bezel and its beautiful striped teak pattern. This watch has been my grail since I laid my eyes on it in one of Teddy's watch reviews on the original Omega Aqua Terra. However, in my current position, it is hard to justify a $6,500 price tag for a watch. However, don't get me wrong, it's totally worth every penny of it. It's one of the best watch designs out there and I absolutely love it. Some may consider this Omega's answer to Rolex's Datejust or even Explorer 1 design. Okay, so clearly Omega nailed it out of the park with this watch design, but those of us who do not have $6,500 to throw at the watch, of course, to experience the real art of watchmaking, beauty, fit and finish of Omega, and if you can responsibly afford the watch, there is no choice but to go for the real deal. But anyway, let's take a look at this St. Martin's attempt on this watch design and see what they came up with. So I must say, for around 220 to 250, I don't know what it is going for at the moment. I think I got mine around 200 or so. You get a decent, well-finished watch here with a round case, smooth bezel, dial decorated with grooved lines, date window on a 6 o'clock, luminous hands with broad arrow minute hands, luminous and tapered hour markers, automatic movement from Seiko, Japanese NH35, and water resist of 100 meters. You definitely get a lot of watch here for that price. And the watch comes in different colors, but I love this foresty green. I love green dots. Those are one of my favorites. But I definitely want to get my hands on that blue one. The watch is finished beautifully with polished and shiny sleek case and sophisticated while still decidedly sporty. It is this handsome, refined aesthetics that makes this watch a great everyday watch. It is a simple design with time and date, yet while on wrist, the watch is eye-catching with that polished bezel and case edges that captures the light reflections perfectly. The slightly domed clear crystal adds a right amount of elegance and class when glancing down at the wrist. I have been really enjoying wearing this watch for the past few days. Sure, you don't get an original design here, but what you get for the money here is pretty crazy. And the fit and finish on St. Martin watches are always top notch. The hour markers here are applied, so is that St. Martin logo, and the hands are polished, done very nicely. And I only noticed that with the camera when I really zoomed in, there was a little bit not perfectly done hour hand. But I mean, I think that is kind of expected. I am noticing that more and more with a lot of watches from AliExpress. But with that price, I think it's kind of hard to expect that perfect finish. I think that's why these luxury watches cost that much, for that perfection and perfectionism. But from even the wrist distance or even with just the naked eye looking close, you cannot tell those imperfections. In fact, the crystal on the watch is done beautifully. The AR coating, the way the light plays on that dial is just stunning. The dial is done so nice. That pattern is my favorite, and I personally love this green dial. The watch has this very luxurious and high-end feel, and I think that comes from this beautiful design. A lot of people love Omega, and I always thought, like, I don't understand what the so crazy, why so much, craziness about Omega, like even with its Seamaster or Speedmaster. That one is insane. But Omega watch designs, I mean, they are pretty good at what they do, which is watchmaking and coming up with some of the most legendary watch designs. And this one over here, I have made my mind, my first Omega when I'm gonna buy it is going to be Aqua Terra, because after getting my hands on this St. Martin, I'm in love with this design, and the only thing from Omega I want to experience this design in its original form, and that fit and finish and the movement from Omega. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy this one as much as I can because I do enjoy wearing this watch a lot. St. Martin has done a good job finishing this bracelet. It feels very smooth and nice from the inside and outside. Is it one of the best comfortable bracelets? Probably not. I have felt some discomfort here and there wearing this watch. So I don't know what do we call this style of bracelet, because this style is on its own style. I don't know what it's called, and it's all brushed. On the sides it's polished, but the way this bracelet looks is outstanding. It is a very comfortable bracelet to wear, definitely better than anything you can get from the big Japanese brands, but it is also not some of the most comfortable bracelets that I have worn, let's say that. I mean, it's such a unique and beautiful bracelet that I love wearing it. The clasp here is that big St. Martin clasp with that on-the-fly adjustment, which is an awesome feature. I honestly want to, just get that clasp for all of my watches, because for some reason my wrist size fluctuates so much. It's crazy. Like sometimes the watch is super loose and the other times it's super tight, which gets annoying sometimes because can I just enjoy my watch, stupid wrist? The date window here is on that white color. It does not match the color of the dial. I personally prefer this way than it's actually matching, but I know a lot of people like the matching window of the date with its dial. For me, not a big deal either way. I prefer the white. It is a very sporty and dressy watch. This watch can work pretty much in any situation, and it looks amazing on the wrist with that 38 size. Leg to leg is pretty short as well, fits many wrists out there. So that polished bezel around the case, it is a very scratch magnet like any other polished bezel watches out there. So my toddler did get into my office the other day while I was out, and this watch was on the watch winder. She knocked it down with the other watches, banged them together. So this watch has some scratches on the bracelet and on the bezel. But those are the memories with these watches. I don't really mind scratches on my watches, especially if the work and the fit and finish is done nicely on the steel. The scratches actually do not look bad at all. In fact, you can't even tell there is a scratches on this watches if they're done nicely. But if the work and the finishing on the steel itself is done poorly, then those scratches make it look even more crappy. But the quality of finishing St. Martin does on its watches, with a little bit of scratch here and there, just adds a character. Honestly, I don't care about it at all. If I be super honest, this watch do not get as much wrist time because I have too many watches, and some of them are very comfortable and I really like the comfort part of it. That's why I find myself wearing that Octopus 36 a lot more, because it's just very comfortable on the wrist. But every time I look at this watch, it's like I fall in love again with the design and the look, and I just find myself staring at it, and I'm moving around the dial with the light. I guess that's the part of being the watch nerd, just looking at them and appreciating them, even if I don't wear them as much as I should. I was super tired today. I did not think I was gonna do this review, but I wanted to get it out and I had to push through it, and this videos makes me get out of my comfort zone and actually get out there and talk to you guys. I don't know if this video come out right, but I had to do it, so I'm doing it. Thank you for all the love and support and watching. I appreciate you all.